So welcome back to the vlog, guys. Today we are excited to be interviewing Jordan Rodericks from Spang TV. Really doing some creative and innovative things in the community right now with Richmond Restaurants United. And we want to take some time to talk to him about a project they've worked on together. So Jordan, thanks for joining us. Let's just get started. Give us a little intro into you and your background with Spang.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Brian. Digitally, welcome to my home. Spang TV has been around for close to 20 years now. Melanie Cox is the owner and executive producer, and I am fortunate enough to have been a senior producer at Spang for almost 10 years now. Have a background in restaurants, and we have a relationship with our friends at Long Oven, who we've worked with before and have broken bread with many times. And they came to us as things were developing, of course. We're all in this experience together now. But restaurants were one of the first places, I think, where the reality of what's going on really started to hit home. And so Patrick Phelan, who is one of the owners of Long Oven, came to me and said, "Hey, look, I just left a meeting with 30 different restaurant owners. We are all panicked and need to raise the awareness with the community and with the community leaders that this is going to be something where big, drastic action needs to be taken, and we don't have time for partisan politics." And so, we were winding down some of our projects. We knew that the window was closing to get people together. Safety was the most important piece of the puzzle. And so really just myself and a filmmaker, partner, friend of mine, David Music, got together. We gathered our cameras and gear and cobbled together a quick set in our studio space. And through the course of one afternoon, almost immediately with very little preparation, we gathered over 19 restaurant owners, workers, employees, business managers, and at a very socially acceptable, safe distance. Again, very, very much taking safety and sanitation into concern. We had wet wipes and gloves and kept everybody at a distance, which was kind of a bizarre experience. But we spent about 5 hours interviewing these people, and then spent the following day in the edit suite. David and I, again, at a socially distanced in a room together, but at an appropriate distance, and spent the whole day really culling what was 4+ hours of footage into a 3.5 minute edit, and then a 60-second edit, and ultimately a 30-second edit.
Yeah, and so one thing I found interesting from the video is just you have owner after owner after owner of a restaurant kind of really telling their story and just appealing to the community of, we're hurting right now, and we don't know when this is going to end, and keep us in mind, really. And so I think you've created a perfect lead into the video. So let's take a second and watch it.
Bars and restaurants are not an industry that will go away. The question is, will we still be here? The people that you know and love right now in your community, will we be around?
For some people, they're not going to come back. I could very well be one of them. It's hard to say.
What I need is swift action from our government with assistance that's meaningful for our restaurants and our restaurant employees.
I don't have the answers for those 45 kids that look up to me.
We need dramatic and fast support in order to keep our businesses moving and to have the possibility of reopening in the future.
And we need your help now, collectively, to have a fighting chance to get back to dining rooms and provide a space for your life to be what you remembered it being.
So once again, just really emotionally powerful, empathetic, I think just really highlights the awareness of restaurants in our community here in Richmond and the need that they face and the struggles that they face each and every day. Tell us a little bit about what was the overall goal that you guys envisioned for these videos to produce?
Yeah, awareness really was the big goal. When we go into a project, we always ask who's the audience and what's the message. In this instance, the speed that we were putting this together and the timely nature of the video became a little more important. As I was talking to Patrick, I was like, what do you need people to do? And I think at the time we didn't really know. So the purpose of the video was to create an awareness of the situation as it pertains to restaurants specifically and their employees, and to direct people to a website where that message could evolve over time. And so that really, for me, that was enough. Would I like a clear, concise message? I think we all would. And I think that that's something that every sector has had a difficulty identifying. What is the singular thing that we need people to do right now? And there isn't one. It's really, I mean, aside from staying at home and staying as safe as you can to prevent the spread of the virus, there's not one single message. So where other messages, other videos that we've made, projects that we've done have had one goal, very clear call to action. This one was a little more like, you know, we're in a really bad place.
Yeah.
Go here to find out how you can help. And I think we continue to try to figure out how to help our restaurants. I mean, we're trying to support the ones that have been able to transition into a curbside to go delivery service. I think we're hoping for the best for our other friends that the government really will step in and provide the aid that is needed on a more grassroots level and not just a corporate level. And I think we're seeing that. I think that this is a time where there's more camaraderie between people. I think some of the partisan things that we've been experiencing over the years have fallen a bit to the wayside, and we're embracing some radical changes.
Tell us about how you guys are sharing this. You mentioned the website, but how are you helping just to get the video out in front of the right kind of people?
This is a project that this is probably one of my more successful local projects. You know, our goal was to provide it in formats to our restaurant owners so that they could share it. So when we produced this video, we took into account the fact that that we would need to resize it, and so we centered everyone. We knew that the individuals were speaking to everyone that's watching, and so we had them speak to the lens.
Right.
We exported the video. We did it in a 16:9 format so that we could watch it on our traditional televisions. We did it in a 9:16 vertical so that we could push it out on Instagram stories. We made several different durations so that it could apply for different people. They could have a choice as to where they might want their audience to play it. And we treated it as we would any other project that comes in, trying to adapt for whatever platform may be best. I think the best use for this, if we were to do a little bit of a technical inquiry, is to say that Instagram feeds is where people saw it mostly. When you upload a 3-minute, 30-second video to Instagram feed, it asks if you want to post it as a long form on Instagram TV, IGTV. Mm-hmm. And so we provided instructions to people to put it on their platform that way. And people shared it. We had the fortune of having restaurants that are exceedingly popular in this community. People in Richmond love the food scene. Mm-hmm. And it is a very outward and very necessary part of our culture in this town. And it has, it's been that way for probably the last, forever, probably, but it's really hit its stride in the last probably 8 years. We were able to put that video in the hands of those owners who have 20, 30, 50,000 followers, places like the Vale and Ardent, places like Brenner Pass, Long Oven, of course, the Richmond Restaurant Group, the Javos family. There are a lot of large and small scale restaurateurs that promoted this video. And so I don't really know how many hits it has because it went out on so many different platforms.
Right.
I mean, I would venture to say 100,000 is a pretty fair number of hits for the video, which is great exposure. I shared it with some of my friends who are in the government sector, and I'm certain that it made its way to the governor because I have a few friends that are connected in that capacity, and they appreciated the message that it wasn't partisan and that it did raise awareness from a bottom up. It's not just the airlines that are getting, everyone's getting it. And I think the restaurants were really on the front line of that.
And it's interesting what you said about restaurants and just the Richmond area, and they are such a vital aspect of our community. I mean, that was one of the things when I first moved here 12 years ago that really stuck out, is just all the local mom and pop run, really unique and exciting, and just food that's amazing. And so it's really neat that we're able to step up and kind of support them during this time, and that you guys created the video just to bring awareness of their need. But that's really sort of the theme of the Richmond community, and everyone coming together to support each other, no matter if they're in the same industry, competitors or not. Well, this has been really great. I know the video has already been successful, and just appreciate you sharing a couple of insights about it and spending some time with us. And we'll help to promote it and get it out there so that more people see it. And hopefully in the short term, our restaurants and everybody else will bounce back pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think we're a resilient community, and I look forward to seeing everyone's faces in real life soon again.
Me too. Jordan, thank you so much, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, thanks, Brian.